1.
Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to our studio of School of Management Sciences, Varanasi. Friends, today it's a great honor and privilege for all of us to have with us H.G. SuraDas, the President and Trustee of ISKCON. He is an institution in himself. Friends, as we all know, we are all participating in an international conference which is titled Gita and Ramayana, a perennial source of leadership. We will today like to get enlightened by the esteemed presence of Swamiji and will quench some of queries related to the revered epics. Welcome, Swamiji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Swamiji must be very tired.
No, I'm. You have fed me nice prasad here, so I'm energetic back.
And really, your discourse was something which it was a treat to listen to it, and we learned so much from your discourse. Swamiji, but there are some queries, something which I want to personally know. What is uniqueness about Bhagwad Gita? What is so unique about this Granth, which separates it from other Shastras?
You see, we must learn, irrespective of caste, creed, and religion, we must understand whatever is coming from me is coming from the source, the right source. Srila Prabhupada has written almost about 100 books. And these books are all over the world, in all the languages of the world. I derive my strength from these wonderful books. Coming back to your question here, that what is very different in this book?
You're right.
Speciality, in short, it's coming from the Supreme Lord Himself.
Right.
Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is called Song of God,
Right.
Song of Krishna. Not even God, Song of Krishna. And Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Anything coming from Him is in special blessings to mankind.
Right.
If we will try to sectarian it, that it's belonging to the Hindu thing, I think we are completely undermining the value of Bhagavad Gita.
Mm-hmm.
For that purpose, that's why most of the people, other races, other people are bereft of this transcendental knowledge.
Right.
So this knowledge is from mankind. When he spoke this 5,000 years back, he spoke this Bhagavad Gita, at the time there were not many isms.
Right.
There were no isms at all.
Yeah.
It was only mankind
Right.
and the wonderful devotees who were dedicated to to Krishna.
Right.
So he spoke this wonderful song of God to his dear devotee. And that's why he became the recipient of this transcendental knowledge.
Right.
And he said, in the past I have also said the same knowledge. And he said that, oh, way back, in millions of years back, I said it to, Vivasa also.
Right.
Then there was a doubt in the mind of Arjuna. So how do they consider that you are the same?
Right.
And then he says the difference between you and me is I can remember your past and you cannot remember what happened yesterday. So that is the limitation of the jivas unless we don't practice it in association of the wonderful devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the message of the Bhagavad Gita. It is not possible for us to understand this thing from them. And that's why it is an eternal song of God, and we must give, very attentive reception to this song of God, irrespective of caste, creed, and religion.
Right. Eternal song of God. Wow. Swamiji, in the afternoon, I was listening to your discourse, and I saw that you were quite critical about calling our Gita and revered Ramayana as mythology. Why are you so averse to this, calling that mythology?
Yes, people are talking about this mythology.
Right.
Mythology means which never existed.
Right.
Myth, you take the dictionary of, any Oxford dictionary, Mythology means which never existed. So I would like to criticize such people. Even in the media, they are using more often this word mythology. You go to the best of the television channels, whoever goes in those, they talk about Hindu mythology, Hindu mythology. So we condemn such word, mythology. It's our history, it's our legacy.
Our treasure.
It is our treasure. And how can you call it? It is Britishers who said this is mythology. It is not Vedic song, Vedic god of song is not mythology. It's not myth. So that's why we often condemn this word mythology. And I would like to also request all the listeners, henceforward, any Indian who is trying to use this word mythology, he has not understood the value of Vedic literature.
Swamiji, in your speech you also said, you talked about two things, Leela Purushottam and Maryada Purushottam.
Yes.
Leela Purushottam, Lord Krishna, and Maryada Purushottam, Lord Rama.
Yes.
So you see, what I have seen, or the very little knowledge that I have found them to be sometimes diametrically opposite, sometimes. So how can a common man can reconcile the ideology which both the deities or the lords practiced?
You see, ideal king has to be exemplary. Lord Ram was king of Ayodhya. But he was also son of his father, Dashrath. So he followed his father's, mother's instructions. Means from the beginning itself, he reflected the mood of an idealistic person. As a son, he obeyed the mother and father, even if she was a stepmother, but he followed. And then Maryada means he married Sita. And in the midst of kings, midst of all the gigantic kings, he came and did Varmala to Sita. And after that, it was he who practiced, Maryada Purushottam means he is all in the circumference of Maryada from his childhood to becoming king and even to hearing the Dhobi's verdict. And he adhered to that. So this is called idealistic Maryada Purushottam. But when it comes to the Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, there is no difference between Ram and Krishna. But when Krishna came, from the day one he enacted Leelas. When he was just crawling on the ground, he killed Shaktasur. When he was just a simple boy, then he killed Putana. He sucked the life air from the Putana. But yet, the Leela Purushottam, he gives special man to Putana also, so this mother. Then we see, how he killed Kalia, how he controlled, tamed Kalia,
The snake.
the snake. And all the Nagapatris prayed to Krishna. And he allowed him to go. He said, henceforward, you are not going to stay in Jamna. You go to the Ramnik Deep. And it's only by the mercy of the Lord Krishna, he left that Jamuna and went to Ramnik Deep. And where is this Ramnik Deep? Only the transcendental person like Srila Prabhupada will say that is Fiji Island. And when Srila Prabhupada went, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness went to Fiji, and he was the only Acharya who established Kalia temple in Fiji.
So there's a Kalia temple?
Yes. Because the Vedic era of Fiji says there is one snake staying there. And you can go to the Fiji and they will tell you there is a cave there. Like that, it is the transcendentalists who can give us an eye by which we can understand who is Leela Purushottam and who is Maryada Purushottam. And then we see how he killed so many demons. He lifted Govardhan hill. You and me cannot lift even 1 kg of weight for 10 minutes. He lifted Govardhan, whole mountain. जो 14 कोस से भी अधिक है, उनको उन्होंने छोटी सी उंगली पे उठा के 7 दिन 7 रात रखा. क्या हम उनको नॉर्मल पर्सन कहेंगे? So that in order to understand him, you need devotion. You need your eyes anointed with devotion. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena. Otherwise, even the Brahma could not understand Krishna in his Krishna Leela. Even Indra could not understand him when he was in his boyhood. Indra thought he is a small boy. Brahmaji, he did a Brahma Vimohana Leela. He thought that he is a small boy. And who are we? We are all modern times, simple people, tossing our senses here and there, mind so wicked and so volatile, our senses and our thing, we are so limited, and we are contemplating on the Supreme Lord with our short-sightedness, with our limited senses. We are sitting in a studio here, we don't know what's happening beyond these walls.
Exactly.
So aren't we so limited?
Yes, we are.
But yet we want to see God, who is all pervasive. He's all pervasive. And in order to see him, we need so much of knowledge, so much of tapasya, and so much of love. Love means bhakti, tapasya means action within action, renunciation, and knowledge of the Absolute. And if we don't have the knowledge of the Absolute, even if we may know the knowledge of nuts and bolts, how we are going to understand God?
Very right. So, Vijay, one more question I have. Nowadays, actually, since we are living in a competition world, everything, we have to compete to get something. It's not that easy to get. And in that process, what happens that there is a lot of stress upon us. We see that stress level is rising. Now you have clinics of psychiatrists, psychoanalysts are there, and we often visit doctors saying that our blood pressure is increasing, is not reducing because we are having stress. So does Gita or Ramayana, do they show some path how to reduce stress?
गीता और रामायण पढ़ने से ही स्ट्रेस दूर हो जाता है. दुर्भाग्य हमारा ये है कि हम पढ़ नहीं पाते, हमारे पास समय नहीं है. आप बताइए, बुरा मत मानिए, मैं आपके स्टूडियो में बैठा हूँ, अपने दर्शकों से और पाठकों से पूछिए कि वो कितनी बार भागवत गीता पढ़े हैं, कितनी बार रामायण पढ़े हैं, कितनी बार महाभारत पढ़े हैं. स्ट्रेस लेवल ऊपर नहीं हो गया तो क्या होगा? हम चूहे हैं और हम भगवान की संपत्ति को चुरा के हम लोग ये दर्शाते हैं कि ये मेरा चीज है. तो एक अच्छी बड़ी सुंदर कहावत है, चूहे को मिली हल्दी बन बैठा पसारी. तो हमारी जिनकी लिमिटेड सेंसेस हैं और नॉलेज है, वो ऐसे ही सोचते हैं. Nothing belongs to us. We don't possess everything. Every spectrum is coming from Lord, but we are stamping made in India, made in China, made in this, made in that. But everything is coming from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's our weakness. And if you want to cut down our stress level, go back to your ethics. Look how your Dada was working in the field and he was able to work up to 12 hours. And see the strength what he was having, and see your strength, who are living on burgers and Coca-Colas.
And also mobiles.
And mobiles.
And
all internets and everything. You think that you can sustain that health? You will face definitely blood pressures. You will face a lot of... See, nowadays, even through these gadgets, you get knowledge.
Right.
Through these gadgets also you get knowledge. You put around the mobile some dry grass, and then you call the same mobile, and you will see that it will burn. Grass will burn. What will happen to our brains, Beja, when we are always 24 hours on the mobiles?
Which is so sensitive organ.
It is a sensitive. What will happen? And it's happening. Your memory is not intact. And you are not able to focus. Your mind is very chanchal. And you are not goal-oriented. Till you pass out from the college, many times you say, I want to do this, sometimes I want to do this, sometimes I want to do this, and जिनका कोई ठिकाना ही नहीं है, कहीं ना कहीं खड्डे में जरूर गिर जाते हैं. But the same Dadaji, if you see how much strength he was having, we are living on burgers, we are living on Pizza Huts, we are living on Coca-Colas, and we have forgotten purity of our, purity of vichar, and purity of action. Everywhere we are impure, and from impure actions, from impure thoughts, and impure way of dealings, you cannot derive happiness. We are the cause of distress ourselves. You ask the darshanarthis how much time they are spending morning and evening in front of the television. And then you say that Hamara, because they are relating with local and national Bollywood actors. They are not relating our ground level heroes. We are not falling back on the teachings of our Dadaji, parents, and the best of the teachings of the Bhagwad Gita, Bhagavatam or Ramayana. हम कहीं और ढूंढ रहे हैं खुशी, मगर वो खुशी हमारे अंदर में ही है, मगर दुख तो है तो हमें फुर्सत ही नहीं है अंदर झांकने की. अंदर झांकिए, फिर देखिए आपका जीवन में कितना आनंद आएगा. जैसे कि मैंने अपने वक्तव्य को मैं बताया, from tomorrow you get up at 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock, you go inside you chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See how your mind will be tamed, how your intelligence will become sharper, and how your propensities of gratifying senses will go down. This is seeing is believing, but hearing is also believing, because first it starts from Shrishanoti. So, जो भी ये आपके दर्शक इस माध्यम से कुछ भी मेरे मुखार बंद से आज आपके समक्ष निकला है, अगर उसको अपने जीवन में पालन करेंगे, मुझे 100% यकीन है कि उनका ब्लड प्रेशर कम होगा, उनका टेंशन कम होगा, और उनका जो मानसिक संतुलन वापस आएगा, और वो एक अच्छे नागरिक बन के लोगों को और स्वयं को भी दिशा दे सकते हैं.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद स्वामी. Thank you so much.
All the blessings and thank you very much. Thank you very much, Darshan.
Overwhelmed.
Thank you very much.